Welcome to Backbreaking News episode 29. Today I'll be talking about something new. You know how I usually talk about food or some other stuff? Today I'm going to be talking about overall my opinions on the future of video games. So and video game companies. The first this will be like a different thing in backbreaking news where I tell you the future or something. So this will be the first backbreaking news of doing this. So so the future of video game I seeing that let me say this is the future. So anytime from now to like 50, 60 years from now, I see that 2K will finally release a console of its own, and it will 2K Sports will release a console on its own, and it will be called video game. It would be called Sports. It would be called 2K Sports One because because they're not that creative and it's their first thing, and it will have all sports game and they get different license. And I see that college will go back and sign with 2K. We decide to go with 2K. So college sports and maybe even Olympics. Even the Olympics games will happen there. WWE games. And then I see EA making their version of it, even though their even though that's probably not the best option. I will still say that overall, I wouldn't be offended by it. It's just gonna be like, mm, it would just be like something important that may happen. Another thing I think it happen in just the future of gaming, and the future of gaming will be, um, so if you don't know the future, I think the future of the future of Nintendo is going to be they're going to release something like the GameCube, but it's not like the Wii, and they mix the concepts together, and they finally make a Mario um, 65 just because it would be a sequel to 64. And this console will be called the Nintendo 65. And um, also, also, they will make it. They will also make a console called the Nintendo 65, and also they will remake the NES for current day. They will call it the Nintendo Entertainment System 2. And it will be full of old games. It will be a cartridge. They're going to go back in time just for this one console, and it's probably going to be pretty good. Also, another thing I think see happening in the future of gaming and video games as a whole, there will be a new popular company that has a popular franchise like Nintendo, and for some reason I believe it would be, instead of a plumber or a hedgehog, it would be a dog that will be the next popular franchise. And also, did I mention that Apple will release its own console that will be way better than the Google Stadia, and it will kind of be like it will be as big and famous as the PlayStation or the Xbox 360. Also, while doing that, Elon Musk finally makes a video game company, and it and it and it becomes massively successful. till eventually the company that's not named yet buys the company out. And another thing I see happening is you could video game while driving and it being safe. I feel like you could game and drive. So, no, for the kids, no, driving and playing games is going to be bad. Um, uh, so, scratch that. Kids could play video games while in the car, and it could play video games in the car with no attachments anymore. You just bring your controller and put the game you want in. I think that would be what's going to happen. And your cars will now allow you to watch movies, listen to the radio, have CD players and cassette tapes, but also have a radio. At the same time, I also think that's what's going to happen with cars. They're going to evolve like video games and movies. So it's still an evolution of video games because you're in the car. But also, I feel like um, the future, the next thing in the future, Samsung finally releases its own game console because it wants to be popular. It succeeds, but it's not as popular as I'd hope it would, and also KFC finally releases a console that they actually make games for, and then other restaurants follow suit like McDonald's, and they will try to compete to become popular in that, and then the eventual winner would be not McDonald's, but it would actually be the one of the Jack in the Box, because they will make the best game. This is just me predicting this. Also, what would happen will be there will be no more animation. There will be no more CGI games. I mean there'll still be CGI, but CGI won't be as popular as it would be in the 2000s, and it will die out by, I'm gonna say, 2040. The most then the more live action as stop motion will become more popular, and um then Atari comes back and releases something. It becomes a major hit again, and so does Mattel. And Mattel releases something, and LGN comes back and releases another console. LGN comes back and messes up just like they did. They released like 100 more bad games, like I mean hundreds and thousands, and they're all very bad, but people still buy the console and play it. And the only reason why I remember it's good is because someone's going to make it popular by making fun of it. And I also feel like um there will be another comeback of Sega finally gets sold by Nintendo to a different company, and they release Sega, and the video game market becomes stronger, and there's like a bunch of competitors in there, and then there's Capcom who decides to go on their own and become a video game making company. So it will be like a race to see who becomes the best, and that's where I think gaming will go. And plus, there will also be like more, not more. There will be more like for 2-bit games like there was in the 80s, because I feel like that genre will be coming back strong around with all people. Also, I feel like a game that will come out that time that will revolutionary make 2K WWE games better will be WWE 2K32 because they will have a lot of mistakes they learned from, and by this time they'll probably learn a whole lot more, and they will probably still be the maker of this. Um, and I think the franchise will be more successful than No Mercy is. That game will be more successful than No Mercy. And finally, the AEW game releases, but it ain't that good because compared to WWE's game, it's more like a No Mercy style, and that ain't that popular anymore. So it's probably not going to be as big as a hit. That's my prediction for that. And then there's also they're finally going to make another Roblox game, but it's instead of Roblox, it's going to have more to do with um Roblox would actually create another game with uh that actually has levels to it instead of just one game. Also, Minecraft 2 will come out and it will be 10 times better than Minecraft, the original is, and will sell out millions on top of millions. Also, cell phones and gaming will become more popular genre. Also, cell phone gaming, like cell phone games, will be start going on to like the Xbox 360 and stuff like that. And plus, there will be another new game. Um, and Petra Sling will start making a new game, and it will outsell WWE's game by one more selling. And also, Ring of Honor finally gets its first game, um, and it's going to be a major game that people will love. And also, um, EA goes out of business, 2K buys them, and then they have all the licenses for Madden and FIFA. Those are my predictions for the rest of the gaming history so far. And goodbye, stay sweet. This is Comic Cookie 73, and goodbye.